listeners, the book is called Humanity Works Better.
Yes.
5 Practices to Lead with Awareness, Choice, and the Courage to Change, which is really secret sauce. Our company is called Humanity Works.
Yeah.
And it really is about, a need. Kate and I saw doing the work together for a decade, being inside companies for multiple decades, really watching how much process reengineering, efficiency had just squeezed the lifeblood out of the humans doing the work.
Yeah.
And that so much of the roadblocks to productivity were about how people were working with one another. The skills to be good humans with each other when they were doing the work. So much of the focus was on the doing. And part of what we do at Humanity Works is focus on how to be with one another in those messy, hard moments.
Yeah.
To proactively, set yourself up in meaningful relationships so you can navigate through the evolutions that happen as human beings inside companies. With so much we can't control, our message is really about the only thing you can really control is yourself. And so
and that's what the book is written to empower you. Yeah. Whoever you are that is reading that book. Because I think there's one of those things that happens in the workplace, right? Like we deflect, we think we're not empowered. We think we're going to get into trouble, or the organization isn't going to like it, or our boss is going to be whatever. You know what I mean?
We have to wait for the top of the house to do it. And trust me, having sat in those rooms, that's not what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And so that resistance Kate was talking about, the marketing team was like, it's going to sit as a leadership book. And I'm like, the leader in you. And they're like, it needs to sit on the leadership book. And I'm like, they won't pick it up. Right. And they're like, yes, they will. Yes, they will. It's written for them. Yeah. They'll pick it up. Right.
That's right. And it really comes, this came from therapy, quite frankly, is the only thing you can control is you.
Yep.
It's the only thing, you don't like what's going on in a situation, then you have to say, hey, I'm really uncomfortable with what's going on right now, right? But we tend to not empower ourselves to think that my voice matters, or that people
have a right to say something.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
And Julie, back sort of to the audience here. I'm sorry, we're probably blowing right past your question.
No, you're doing just fine.
If the audience here is predominantly HR folks, I think a great place to pause and look is how much is in place in your organization that constricts that you, because we're like, oh, geez, if we unleash all these people to, breathe the voice, what are we going to do with all of that, right?
Yeah.
So much of what I saw when I entered into the field, and I entered into it not as a noble profession, but because I wanted to fundamentally change it to be a high valued part of all organizations, was to question what is in place that's actually holding this organization back.